back to that crash in a moment. As they come to the stripe, here's Yarborough trying to take the lap back. He's stuck it. Whoa! In the wall goes Neil Bonnett. Off a left car. Neil Bonnett, the leader, has crashed at lap 210. That's the end of it for Bonnett. It's all over. And I think that could well affect his standings with the Wood brothers. There are his pit crew looking on, members of them, as Neil Bonnett just ran the car into the wall. David Hogg.
Okay, well, that to me just puts the thin lid on this ridiculous NASCAR racing back to the flag rule. It is the most pathetic thing that's invented in racing, and that there just shows the danger and the idiosyncrasies of this ridiculous rule, where you race back to the flag, and there's a classic case of what can happen. Okay, the powers that be will say, well, if you're going to race, you've got to be careful. You don't have to run into people, but that's the sort of thing that can happen. And worse still, when the track is blocked with wreckage, they've usually got to race around that wreckage to get back to the flag, and that's when it gets really dangerous.
We'll look again at the last car, which Bonnett was trying to maneuver when he ran out of running room right to the lowest of the start-finish line. Let's see what happened first as they were racing. All right, let's see what happened in order. First up in turn 4, 2 cars out of control, spinning down to the inside. And it is the end, perhaps, for Jimmy Means of Alabama as his car comes around, and I believe that's the 99 car of Chuck Bound, the car usually driven by Johnny Rutherford. Now, as they were racing to the line, here's what happened. Note those 2 cars in front of number 21. They are lapped automobiles. That may be Lenny Pond, just in front of the yellow car, which is usually the Cecil Gordon ride.
And he is going high to lap somebody else in front of him and effectively closes the door on Bonnett, and Cale Yarborough just slipped through that gap. But it's one of those things where 94, the lapped car, is in a very sticky situation. He doesn't know where to put himself because there's 2 cars 94. Coming up to lap him.
It was 94. Correction. That's Bobby Womack of Villa Park, Illinois, who was the other car involved. The yellow automobile, Bobby Womack, and here is number 21. And I believe that Cale has now made up the lap because he was in front of the next automobile, number 28, and he would then come around, and that would give us 3 cars in the lead lap with 211 laps complete.
I don't know how the score is going to work that out because it happened right on the line. I'm not sure which one of the 2 crossed the line first.
Well, for certain, I believe that 27. Meanwhile, in the pit, there's Cale Yarborough coming back out, badly burned on his left arm, but ready to race here today in the 600 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
CBS Sports Sunday will continue.
217 laps have now been completed, 325.5 miles, 183 laps to go. And moments ago, a serious crash as they race the line. These are the latest standings. Harry Gann in front, Allison second. Yarborough is now back in the lead lap. Morgan Shepherd stands 4th, 1 lap down with Ricky Rudd and Richard Petty. Now let's look exactly at what happened as they race back to the line. David Hahn.
There we see Neil Bonnett just in front of Cale Yarborough, coming up behind the yellow car, number 94, who pinches him into the wall, spins him round, hits the wall right in front of the start-finish line, having crossed it just in front of Allison. And Yarborough spins down, across the grass at the end of the pit lane there, across pit lane, and hits the retaining wall there. A pretty severe blow.
Now, Neil Bonnett has been taken from this car, we understand unconscious, to the infield hospital. He was leading at the time of this event. And we'll have an update right now. Let's go to Ned Jarrett.
Ken, he was taken into the track hospital here, and they say that he is okay. He was complaining with a possible rib injury, but one of his crew members just walked by as I'm talking now and gave me the okay sign. He was conscious and talking to the people, so apparently they're not even going to move him from the track hospital. Just check him over.
Let's follow this story up and go to Brock Yates. We're going to check in with Brock in a moment. We're getting down for a start. Getting down toward the start. Once again, with 218 laps complete as Bobby Womack's car is being trailed back in. We'll be under green in about 1 lap from now.